What is up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Scary Hour, and this is yet again another episode and another week. I feel like the weeks are flying by. Like, I'm no joke. Like, I feel like the weeks are not like they're just going by. I like every time I'm here sitting down talking to you guys, I think back to like the last episode, and I'm like, yo, bro, wasn't the last episode was just a couple days ago, like. And just because I'm keeping myself so like busy, kind of, the weeks are just flying by. This is what they mean by when they start to tell you like the busier you get, the faster, the older you get. Like you just reach. Next thing you know, boom, you're like fucking 35, and you go to think about last time. How a couple days ago you felt like you was like 23. And this is exactly why, because the older you get, the more busy you get. And yeah, it's kind of why like when we're like in our teens, life seems so slow, like, oh, you know, we got a long way to go. And then boom, you hit adulthood, and adulthood just like takes over completely. The same way these are living robots that can now reproduce. I don't know if you guys have read this shit, but I read it. I was like, whoa, hold on. Huh? At first, I thought it was like these robots, like these like, you know, like robots, like these computerized, you know, machine metal robots. But no, it's basically it's like these synthetic life forms. It's like these little Pac-Man looking things. But they're called Xenobots. Xenobots, if I'm not mistaken. They're named after the African clawed frog. There are synthetic life forms that are designed by computers to perform some desired function and built by combining together different biological tissues. Experiments have showed that the blobs, they call these things the blobs. I guess a nickname for it could be the blobs. They can work together in groups. They can move and self-heal. So you already know that this can potentially be used for future things, whether if it's for, you know, for the human body or I don't know, anything, any animal, any living creature. I don't know, probably like injecting motherfuckers up with that shit. I don't know how that shit work. Michael Levin, a professor of biology, said frogs have a way of reproducing that they normally use, but when you liberate the cells from the rest of the embryo and you give them a chance to figure out how to be in a new environment, not only do they figure out a new way to move, but they also figure out, apparently, a new way to reproduce. So this is exactly like, this is how they figured out that these little robotic, you know, synthetic life forms, this is how they could reproduce, which is a little crazy. I guess it caught them by surprise. I don't think they were intended to do so. I don't know, but to make the Xenobots, the researchers scraped living stem cells from frog embryos and left them to incubate. There's no manipulation on genes involved. The Xenobots are very early technology, a very early technology, and don't yet have any practical applications. Meaning, you know, I don't know what the fuck to use these shits on just yet. But let these motherfucking scientists get creative real quick, bro. Eventually, they'll know exactly what to do. I feel like they'll use it on human body. I feel like people will start using it on human bodies, and I feel like people will start like, or these scientists will start like creating these things where, I don't know, motherfucker lose an arm, probably gain that shit right back. You just take a couple shots of this and that, and bada bing, bada boom. I don't know, bro. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I just did my little research, draw down a couple notes, and I'm feeding it right back to you guys the ghetto way. You feel me? The way I know best. Uh, but yeah, it's a very early technology, so it's like, I don't know. However, this combination of molecular biology and artificial intelligence could potentially be used in a host of tasks in the body and environment, according to researchers. So exactly what I was telling you, they could be used in the body potentially in the future. Environmentally wise, I don't know exactly how. I haven't sat down to really think about exactly how environmentally this could help. Maybe, I don't know, probably, I don't know, I don't even know. I don't know, something to do with plants and maybe making it somehow get involved with the soil before you start planting seeds or whatnot. And then once you plant the seeds, the way they grow will probably grow very I don't know, very different, very much better. I honestly really do not know. This is just it. I felt like you guys should know. The headline was "Living robots cannot reproduce." Obviously, you see that, you immediately start to think about regular ass fucking robots that are wired up all over their heads and wired up all over their entire bodies, and a whole bunch of wires covered up by plastic and big metal pieces and whatnot. You start to fucking think about it, like, the small-minded people will start to think about, or the people that don't even look into it too much or too deep, they will start to think about, like, how the fuck do you do a wired up motherfucking robot come inside of another wired up I don't know. But when you start to look into it and you start to see that this is a synthetic life form, it's like, oh, okay. I didn't even know, because before this news, I didn't even know there was such thing as synthetic life form that we call robots. You feel me? But then when I see that they created the synthetic life form by implementing AI in there, I don't know how, because I'm not a fucking scientist, but that's why, okay, now it makes sense as to why they call it a form of robotic engineering or whatnot. Yeah, I mean, fuck, man, shit, we really just diving through life right now. Like, just the other day, motherfuckers were riding horses everywhere. To go from New York to Miami, it'll take months. Now it just takes a couple days. Like, bro, I don't know. Maybe it could be a possibly stupid analogy to you, but if you ask me, that's fucking crazy improvement within 100 years. Literally. Within 100 years. Or probably a little over, like 120. 150 years. You get the memo, though. You get the improvement on technology, on life itself. It's so fucking drastic, bro. Like, I'm so happy we don't live in the fucking, in the crazy days where motherfuckers used to, like, you could easily die just because you got your legs chopped off or some shit like that, or like you're missing a limb, so now you could possibly, you broke your leg, so now you could possibly, there's a question that maybe you can die. So it's like, bro, we're really just zooming by life. And this is yet another story as to why you should think exactly why you should think that we're just zooming through this shit. I'm really interested in what's gonna happen from here, or like how this story could develop. I predict that within the next 5 years, they'll know exactly what the fuck to do with this. They could probably be way earlier. I'm probably overshooting this shit. Could possibly be within the year that they will know exactly what to do with this. Or maybe not, It's a prediction. You feel me? I could be completely wrong, and I'm fine with that. I'm not a scientist. Yeah. That's all I have on that. That's pretty dope. I feel like you guys should know about that. In a more in-depth way. I know a lot of people see, just like me, like I sometimes see headlines that I just scroll right through, And then eventually, like, I just be like, hold on, there's got to be more to that than just that headline. Because obviously they're going to write that headline in order to intrigue people into liking it and commenting it and speaking about it very briefly, knowing damn well that a lot of people, there's going to be a very small percentage of people that are going to look more into it. But I'm part of that small percentage. And instead of you clicking through it, and maybe if you forgot to click through it, I got you, my boy, my girls. I gotcha. My theys, my them. You feel me? My non-binaries. I gotcha. Yeah, it's I wonder, man. I saw like, I don't know much about shit because I didn't go to school for that long, but I wonder, like, why reptiles, certain reptiles, or I think it's certain reptiles or all reptiles, could like grow their limbs right back. You know, I wonder why we can't. Once it's off, it's off. It's over. You have to start to think about other shit when they tell you gotta chop off your leg, bro. It's over. Imagine you have to deal with that, where you have to, like, you go in, it hit you with that tough ass news, and you had dreams of playing basketball or doing any kind of sport, and then boom, they hit you with that, all because of something drastic happened in your life, and now that requires you to get amputated. That's another reason why I thought twice about joining the Marines. Even though I'm so much infatuated with, like, the life of a Marine and, like, the discipline of a real true Marine soldier, or not just Marine, but any soldier of any kind. Yeah. A part of that drew me away was the fact that that could be a possibility. You feel me? I don't know. I could be a coward to many of you guys just for that. It's just what it is. I'm being truthful. Feel me? But yeah, it's very interesting. I don't know. What you guys think about that? I feel like this is yet, like I told you guys earlier, yet another story that further solidifies how fast we're zooming through life as a species. And this is another reason why you shouldn't doubt the fact that there's possibly better or more intelligent or just maybe more different species out there elsewhere, that we so-called aliens. I mean, we got to a point where we called our own people aliens just because they were from a different part of the land, and even though we were in the same fucking country. I mean, the same fucking planet, same flying rock. So yeah, I don't know. Shit is weird. Shit is tough though. It's lit. But yeah, it's like, and then the things that they'll learn to do after they know how to implement this life form into humans and in the environment, like they said. So the further studies that can be implemented after we succeed with those, missions, will probably be fucking out of this world. It'll just be fucking ridiculous. And I don't put it past them if we get that shit done within 15 years. I'm just flying with predictions today. I'm in a very good mood. Today was my first day of work. I've been unemployed for a few months now, as so many of us Americans are. And it felt good to be back getting bread. And I haven't twitched out, if anybody's wondering about the vaccine. You feel me? I feel some random pains. Like right now I feel this, which is why you possibly see me like going like this randomly. I feel like not a sharp pain, but like a very low pain, like that will come in every like minute or so. It's weird. I don't know what it is, but I bet you it has something to do with the vax. When you guys start to see me deteriorate, y'all start seeing it. When y'all start seeing me turning zombie-esque, Y'all know why. Just know I'm one of those warriors that put up just so that 22% of y'all that didn't get vaxxed keep the race going. I'm clearly joking. It's a joke. It's a joke, YouTube. It's a joke. But yeah, that's that on life forms fucking and reproducing. I also saw this story on the parents of Ethan Crumbley, who is, if you don't know who Ethan Crumbley is, I didn't know who the fuck this person was up until like a few days ago. But he is the suspect in the Oxford high school shooting. There's so many shootings in the U.S. that some of them or majority of them go by like it's like if it's nothing, like as if a few kids didn't just get killed. That's how that's how over it we are, and how much it happens in the US that we're like, I didn't even know about this shit up until they were talking about like, oh, his parents got caught. I'm like, who the fuck is this? I'm like, and yet another story I don't know shit about. But I definitely looked into this a little bit. And the parents were, all right, so the kid did the shooting, but the parents were in on it. So like days before the shooting, I think it was like the mom, they took the kid to like the shooting range, told him how to shoot the new gun they just purchased, and stuff like that. And then like the next day the kid goes to school and shoots it up. So obviously they're gonna get taken in for questioning and shit like that. But the parents, they stated that they would turn themselves in. Meanwhile, they were hiding out in a random ass warehouse, which was obviously indicative of them turning themselves in. So it's like, I don't know. It's crazy. Hey man, they're your parents. What you expect from them? You feel me? That's their kid. Ride or die. You feel me? You feel me? I don't know, bro. I don't know. You know how some parents are. They also withdrew $4,000 from their bank accounts while on the run, which is like the dumbest thing you could do. Even though it's a gamble, it's not even a fucking gamble. It's like, bro, you really have no choice but to look at that money, even though you need it as badly as you do, and not take it out because you know it's gonna get tracked. Unless these were just a couple dumbasses. Obviously they were, but I'm just saying these clearly were a couple dumbasses that didn't think of that, and even if they did, they probably just didn't give a fuck. Karen McDonald. We'll get to that name in a little bit. But that is the prosecutor of the case. She stated that James, which is the father of Ethan, the little school shooter, bought the gun that was used for the shooting. The son, Ethan, later went to Instagram to post the gun. Jennifer, who was the mom of Ethan, wife of James, also went on social media, calling the gun his new Christmas present. Jennifer took Ethan, as I told you guys earlier, to a shooting range a week before the shooting. So it wasn't exactly a day before. It was a week before the shooting. I'm sorry. Yeah. A day before the shooting, a teacher saw Ethan searching for ammunition on his phone and reported it to the school officials. Jennifer didn't respond to the officials and later wrote to her son on a text that said, LOL, I'm not mad at you. You have to learn not to get caught. So as of now, you know, or have an idea as to why the parents are on the run. Nah, that shit is crazy. Number one, they're on the run because of that, but they're also decided not they said they decided to miss their arraignment. Whatever the fuck that means. I'm assuming that's like when they get brought in for questioning. So I'm assuming they didn't just pop up for that, and that's when they decided to like go on the run because they knew that if they didn't show up for this, the cops are gonna come looking for them. And yeah, that's basically what it is. I don't understand how parents work, or these type of parents work exactly. I don't get it. I really don't. The day of the shooting, teachers spotted drawings by the alleged shooter of a semi-automatic pointing to laughing emojis and words that read "blood everywhere" and "the thoughts won't stop me. Help me." And like the segment says, guess what race it is? You guessed it. I'm not even gonna mention it. You guessed it. But yeah, a note was also found that said, "My life is useless and the world is dead." So y'all get the memo. You feel me? Just another day, another school shooting. Another day, another school shooter. Another day in the life of an American. So it's unfortunate because I have siblings of my own, and the fact that they could potentially, the fact that they're at a risk, at such a high risk of being involved in such a fucked up thing, is very worrisome. Obviously, as any other fucking parent or older sibling would be, this is very worrisome. It's always been worrisome. It's always been a thing. It always will be a thing. America knows this is what America is known for around the world. You feel me? We're leading the charts. We're running away with it. We Usain Bolt in that bitch. You feel me? We are running fully away with it, and that's just what it is, man. There's nothing more, nothing less about it. Another day, another school shooting. America. That's America for you. But I mean, who knows? We'll see. They got caught. You feel me? The parents got caught. They fuck around with a fucking. If they got away with this shit, they would have fucked around, breeded a whole nother child. 20 years from now, there would have been a college shooting, another school shooting. But by then, we'll rack up another fucking 20 more shootings. Bro, it's like 2 shootings a year in America, if I'm not mistaken. I forgot the statistics, but there's a ridiculous amount of statistics. Like, the statistics are off the charts. And I don't know what they're doing to like help out in this shit, like, or like help with this shit. I don't even know exactly what goes on in these kids' heads to want to do that. I know the older generation would blame video games, but that's not the case, bro. It's not video games, my nigga. Let go of that shit. You heard? It's not the video games, bro. It's not. All right. We could sit here. You could come to my podcast. We could argue about it. We could really argue about it, because it's like we could definitely argue about it. I'll be ready when you're ready to argue about it. But yeah, it's no, nothing. It's nothing major. It's not a big news because it's always happening. It's not like something that's out of this world. Feel me? It's not something that's like, oh shit. You know? It's just another day in the life of an American. But I also saw this other thing that's talked about the new federal regulation that allows debt collectors to email, text, and DM you on social media. So if anybody's owing, student loans and shit like that, and y'all trying to duck that, don't follow your student loan, that whoever you went to college for, on social media. That college is gonna hit you up like, yo, you owe us so and so. Just like me, I owe a certain college $7,000. They gonna see me on my vacation talking about, yo, why you on vacation, bro? I don't feel like you're owed a vacation just yet. You have to pay us first, and then you're blowing the money that you should be giving us on vacation. Which is crazy. Yeah, this is just it's crazy. Like how like you telling me I have to like change my name? Like I can't even go by my name on social media. I have to like get an alias somewhere or some shit like that, AKA somewhere around there. Like let's really talk about it. I don't know. Shit. I don't get it. But I mean, I guess it's good. Especially at a time like now where like the debt collectors are like trying to collect their debt. Like seriously. Because they need that debt collected. And I said a whole lot of nothing right there, but you got what I'm trying to say. And I guess like I'm pretty sure that if it wasn't for the pandemic, this wouldn't even be a regulation. I don't think so. But maybe I may be wrong. I don't think so. I honestly really don't. But yeah, I mean, that's that. Fucking regulations. Imagine your fucking debt collector just DMing you like, hey, just want to stop on by. I know I hit you up 2 weeks ago, but I just, it's a weekly reminder kind of thing. If you just pay up $800 right now, you can literally bring the interest down a little more by a certain percentage. And we really advise you to do so, just because it's beneficial for us, and then of course for you, because your interest drops 4%, which is a very drastic drop. Just want to let you know, don't have fun. Pay us. Just want to let you know, I seen that new watch you posted on social media. I know you're trying to impress your friends, but you're also not impressing us because we know you can give us that watch, or you could pawn it and get your money back, and give us that money because you owe us that money. That'll be a living nightmare. We finna live in a living nightmare. I don't even know. I want to experience that. So if student loans, if y'all doing that, which I don't think y'all should, because that's like the one thing you can't get rid of unless you pay it off. Like you die and it drags on to your kid's life, whatever you owed. So it's like, y'all better off just not even hitting niggas up. We know, bro. Like don't fuck with us. Don't fuck with us like that. We already suffering, knowing that we gotta pay y'all niggas, and potentially continue to pay y'all. And that's the only way we get through with it. By just paying it. There's no outback shortcut. There's none of that. There's just straight up paying for it. So I feel like student loans should not, like this regulation should not go for the student loans department or whatnot. But yeah, that's that on that news. Shit. All right, so I seen this. I just came across this right now on social media. So y'all all know Gervonta Davis. Jesus Christ, had a brain aneurysm. Y'all know the Gervonta Davis versus Isaac Cruz, and you know how that went down. You feel me? If you don't, Gervonta Davis won. So I came across this post, which was posted 2 hours ago by Bleacher Report. I'm going to post it somewhere around here so you guys can see it. We're going to look at it together. Where Gervonta Davis speaks on Ryan Garcia. Y'all all know who he is. And the only reason I know about Ryan Garcia is because of social media. Because the statement in which Gervonta Davis says he an Instagram fighter. I'm going to keep it a bug with you. As talented as Ryan Garcia is, in which he is definitely very talented, Don't get me wrong. I be seeing some of his clips and I be like, bro, this kid is fast. Like this kid is, you could just tell this kid if he just got put in the ring with, like, if he really just focused on fighting as much as these other fighters are, he could potentially take over. Just based off his videos and his previous fights, I've seen a couple of his fights, you could see the talent is fucking there. And there's a reason why he's famous for his work. So Gervonta Davis says he an Instagram fighter.
Y'all talking about Ryan Garcia. Tank got his followers from kicking ass. Ryan Garcia got his followers from YouTubers. There's a difference. So you want to be a YouTuber or you want to be a fighter? Tank is a fighter.
Yeah, Instagram fighter. We don't worry about him.
YouTuber.
YouTuber, yeah. He's a pretty girl. That's what he is.
Yo, pretty girl.
He just talk.
Hey, bro. I'm going to keep it a buck. As much as I respect the talent in which Ryan Garcia holds, because he's worked to obtain that talent, I'm going to side on Gervonta Davis. I'm going to keep it a buck with y'all. I'm going to be honest with y'all. Because I see all these other fighters putting in the work, bro. Being in the ring, fighting. While this kid is just out here fucking Instagram models, as you should. Feel me? I ain't got no, I got you. I got it. And posting videos on how the fact that he has this talent in which he's not really kind of using correctly. I forgot what fighter. I believe, who was it that said this? But a fighter said that if he put his mind into it, he would take over the game, or something along those words. He was talking of Ryan Garcia, obviously, and they were saying that if he took boxing serious, he would be unstoppable. He would be great. Not unstoppable, but he would be great. And the fact that, Gervonta Davis got the balls to call him out like that, I feel like that's why I'm starting to really like this boxing shit, bro. Because I'm gonna be this the type of shit I'm here for. You feel me? Because motherfuckers like that. You feel me? Because I would have done the same shit if I was a fighter. I would have been like, yo, bro, this kid just be posting shit, be acting like he all that, getting all this clout left and right. But he don't be putting in the work. So I'm gonna point that out. Cause I'm a fighter and I want the hands. You feel me? So if I feel like I can potentially fuck you up, I'm gonna let the world know that that's how I feel. So I don't know. It's lit. It's lit. I would definitely be there to watch that fight. Not literally physically, because I don't know how much the tickets are, but I'll definitely be watching that fight. Because it's like, bro, if I'm not mistaken, I think it was Canelo Alvarez that said something along the lines of like, if he just devoted his time fully into fighting, Ryan Garcia would be a great fighter. But just the fact, or a great boxer. But basically insinuating that he's not. And that was the first time I ever heard such a polarizing athlete say that about Ryan Garcia. And now this is the second time I'm seeing it from yet another boxer. So, hey, bruh, motherfuckers is calling you out, kid. And I get it. You all pretty and all that. Like he said, pretty girl. So you're going to have to put that little pretty face out here in the ring and show it and maintain it pretty. I don't know. It's like, because the thing is, like, the way I see it, based off of like what I see on social media and what like his PR puts out there, or whether if it's his PR agents or him, the motherfucker, you could easily think the motherfucker's like one of the greats. you would sit there and think like, this kid, we're going to talk about this kid 20 years from now. We're going to be like, whoa, this is one of the greats. Because of how well the videos look. And like, how like this like look of like, yo, this motherfucker's real. Like, he really been through it. Like, this kid's been tested. He's battle tested. He got wounds. He got these battle scars to show. But it's like motherfuckers say, pretty girl. You feel me? Pretty girl. Oscar De La Hoya was like, he added Ryan Garcia and was like, you will destroy. I honestly, in my opinion, I don't think so. And that's just my opinion. You feel me? You may have a different opinion that you may probably think of the whole situation completely differently than I am, but I respect that. You feel me? You got to respect my shit. And Gervonta Davis responded, I will beat both of y'all asses. Which I ain't going to hold you. Y'all may disagree on me with this as well, but I also agree with Gervonta Davis on him whooping both of their asses. I'm Gervonta Davis all the way. I'm going to keep it a bug with y'all. And I feel like, only that fight will conclude who's right, whether if it's me or you. Now, obviously, if you agree with me, you let me know. If you disagree, you let me know exactly what you think about this whole situation. Ryan Garcia responded and he said, you can't and I will not do shit. We all seen that today. He said, you can't and will not do shit. We all seen that today. You almost lost and they set that up so you look good. But it's like, bro, coming from a dude that always constantly, you could tell a motherfucker be trying to look good. You can't say that when you constantly look good to paint this picture like you putting in the real work. You feel me? Like, you're having these fights. Because if I'm not mistaken, I could be completely wrong. Yet again, I iterate to you guys that I am new to this sport. You feel me? Last time I spoke about the sport of boxing, somebody commented, it was like, oh, if you don't know shit about boxing, shut the fuck up, this and the third. It's like, what do you want me to do, bro? This is how people learn, by having these dialogues. You guys consistently correct me on shit that I may be wrong about, or just give me your input on the situation that can potentially help me gather and better my opinion on the sport of boxing. That's why we're here, sitting here talking about it. But it's this is a kid who constantly looks to show his talent. And then, you look at social media, bro, you always looking good on your social media. Like, that, you clearly see that that's a thing that you go based on. You go based on looking good on social media. That's everybody does. When in reality, you have your ups and your downs and whatnot. So you can't really talk about another man trying to look like something out, like the people in the sport of boxing trying to make Gervonta Davis look good and whatnot. And bro, you not putting in the work, bro. Gervonta Davis is, bro. That's just my thought on the whole situation. It's interesting though, because I like this. I like the fact that they're putting people like this out there and testing it. Because obviously, I could be completely wrong, bro. I could be completely wrong. And Gervonta Davis could go out there looking like a fool. And Ryan Garcia whoops that ass. But I would have to sit there and see it to believe it. And I'm going to take that L. Because that's what you do in life. You take L's and you move on. And then you feel me? But you gotta have motherfuckers prove themselves. And in this case, if you're gonna be in the sport of boxing, you have to prove yourself. And Gervonta Davis is calling your name out so that you can prove yourself. We could all do the social media talk. We could all talk shit on social media. We could all paint this picture of whatever the story we want to paint on social media. But it takes the real work for it to happen and for it to be solidified. So that's just my take on the whole thing. I literally just came across this right now, which was crazy. And it's very interesting. Gervonta Davis is a fucking beast. That's what they call him, the tank. You feel me? And the dude is clearly talented. Like, and so is Ryan Garcia. But I'm siding with Gervonta Davis just because I've seen the man's work. You feel me? I seen the dude whoop that ass multiple occasions. And that's just what it is. And speaking about whooping ass, I didn't see this versus battle, but there was this versus battle with 3-6 Mafia and Bone Thugs and Harmony. I ain't gonna lie, I didn't see the versus battle. I just saw the clip where they just started having the brawl and fighting and shit. So a whole bunch of fucking 40, damn near 50-year-olds fighting on stage, bro. I don't know, bro. I don't know, bro. This is not what the versus battle is for, bro. But I guess people enjoy it, you know. Let's spice it up. You feel me? It's like same way y'all would like for me to fucking have somebody over and really get into such a fucking argument with somebody to the point where we just insulting each other. That makes for a great fucking episode. You feel me? I guess, you know, I don't know. Yeah, I saw that. It was just wanted to mention it just in case you didn't see it. Search it up. It's pretty funny. They started like I said, a whole bunch of old ass niggas just fighting. When you would think to yourself, like, all right, even if y'all had beef back in the fucking 90s, bro, like, y'all pretty much over it. And even if y'all not, y'all at least grown enough to keep this whole shit cordial and, like, just, like, get over the whole fucking disrespectful hump thing where, like, oh, yo, it started based on what I saw, it started because one side was, like, not letting the other side speak. And it was like, yo, y'all gonna stop disrespecting me and y'all gonna let me talk this and the third. Y'all better stop mocking me, some shit like that. And that's how it started. And then all you see is a microphone flying to the other side. I'm like, bro, what? A whole bunch of grown ass niggas, bro. This shit is hilarious. And that's really it. I don't got much else to talk about, y'all. I started a new job this week, which is amazing. It's the most serious job I've ever had in my 9-to-5 career. We'll see how this one goes. Shit. I mean, honestly, like, I hope this is good. I hope this is good for me. You know, so just keep me in your best wishes. I really need it, guys. And I'll keep you in mind. You know, the more you guys let me know about your life and talk to me and, like, hit me up, the more I know and the more I keep many of you in my wishes. And yeah, that concludes yet another episode. And that was a good episode. I feel good about that episode. Thank you so much again, guys, for being here. If you listened all the way through, I appreciate and I really love the support. If you haven't yet subscribed, we're on YouTube. We are on Apple Podcasts. We are also on Spotify. You can find us on those 3 platforms. If you can't watch us visually on YouTube, you could hop over to Spotify. We're there. You can listen to us on your way to work or your way home from work or on your way to pick up your kids from school. But maybe turn it down when they get in the car because I tend to curse a lot. And if you don't have a Spotify account and you have a Apple phone, then find us on Apple Podcasts and at Scary Hour. We're here. We're here to stay, baby. Whether you like it or not, bitch. And we finna work on this studio. We're gonna make that shit dope. I just need some funds. You feel me? So give me some time. But there is no rush because that's the point of Scary Hour. Is for me to talk to y'all. And then the visuals, you know, it will complement our dialogue. Love you all. Hope you had a great weekend last weekend. Hope you have an even better one this one. This one coming up right now. And yeah, deuces.